directors, officials, and municipal manager. Can I please ask that you rise for the state of prayer? Thank you very much. You may be seated. Honorable Executive Mayor, Executive Deputy Mayor, members of council, municipal manager, all directors present, and the support staff. Very good morning to everyone. We are joined by teams with our interpreter, Rolia. Also like to take this opportunity to welcome the members of the public who are joined via live stream this morning. We have the honor of Pastor O. Franz, who is in our midst, and I am going to hand the council over to Pastor O to open the scripture reading and pray. A warm welcome, Pastor O, and I believe that you will also counsel those who are joined virtually to the scripture that you will be preparing. You will be welcome to proceed.
Hartelijk goeiemorgen allemaal. Je hebt je proef met ons spreken. Is de keer dat ik achteraf in de naam van de Vader is in heilige. Amen. Ik ook graag in die voorraad skriflesing als inspiratie en motivering voor jullie raakzinnen. Die woorden van die 21ste hoofstuk van Johannes. En ik lees die verse 15 tot 17. Toe hulle klaar geëet het, vra Jesus vir Simon Petrus, Simon, seun van Johannes, het jy my baie lief, meer as hulle hier? Ja, Here, antwoord hy hom, u weet dat ek u lief het. Hy sê toe vir hom, laat my lammers wei. Jesus vra hom 'n tweede keer, Simon, seun van Johannes, het jy my baie lief? Ja, Here, antwoord hy, u weet ek het u lief. Hy sê vir hom, pas my skape op. Jesus vra hom die derde keer, Simon, seun van Johannes, het jy my lief? Peter is bedroef geword omdat Jesus hom die derde keer gevra het jy my lief? En hy antwoord hom, Here, u weet alles. U weet dat ek u lief het. Hy sê toe vir hom, laat my skape wei. Tot sover die woord van die Here. Vriende, raadslede, Petrus ontvang sy herdersopdrag. Na 'n nag waarin hy en nog die ander disippels gesukkel het om vis te vang. In die môre uur het Jesus egter by hulle aangekom en vir hulle gesê om hulle net aan die regterkant te gooi. En ons almal ken die storie. Dis van ons ken die storie dat toe hulle wel trek, toe kon hulle nie, het hulle nie genoeg mannekrag gehad om die nette in te trek. Die bote het amper gesink. Hierdie opdrag aan Petrus is tweeledig. Aan die een kant moet hy seker maak dat beide die lammers en die skape gevoed word. Aan die ander kant moet hy seker maak dat beide beskerm word. Ons kan argumenteer dat dit is wat 'n herder in elk geval doen. Maar nie alle herders is dieselfde. Hy herder sal vasstaan in die aangesig van gevaar. Andere sal weghardloop. En ek dink Jesus wil hier vir Petrus sê dat gesien in die lig van die nag waarin hy gesukkel het om vis te vang. Petrus 'n gesoute visser wat geweet het en wat die see geken het. Hy het gesukkel om vis te vang en net so aangeneem het dat hy so geweet het wat aas of wat ewer om te getrek. Maar Jesus sê vir hom, Petrus, al kom moeilike dae, dan moet jy toesien dat my skape en my lammers gevoed word. Kom daar van onmiddellik, dan moet jy seker maak dat of wat gevaar, dan moet jy seker maak dat beide my skape en my lammers veilig is. I think this morning, this is the instruction from God to you as a council. Seeing in the light of the ever increasing unemployment, poverty, as well as the rise in gangsterism in our communities, we, you as a council, need to make sure that the people of Mossel Bay is both fit and safe. I think it is a month and a half from now that we will see the migration of people to Mossel Bay for the festive season. En dat van die ewe groter druk op ons resources plaas. Nie net mannekrag om seker te maak dat die verkeer vloei nie, maar ook ons water en ons sanitaire goedes, die vermoë van ons dorp om te kan voorsien en amper nog 100,000 mense wat uitkom. As de raadslede, Jesus is vanmorgen baie duidelik aan u om te sorg dat almal veilig is, dat almal gevoed is. Jesus is baie duidelik in sy opdrag aan u as 'n raad om seker te maak dat daar vrede is. U as 'n raad kan slegs gedei en die dorp kan slegs voorspoed geniet as daar vrede is en almal gevoed is. Sien in die lig van die oorlog in Oekraïne en die verlies aan werkgeleenthede in ons dorp, wat tot nou toe gekissing is deur die migrasie van mense veral van die noorde na Mossel Bay. Dan vra mense, kan die kerk nie help om te vra vir hoe lank gaan ons dit kry om hierdie groter wordende druk op ons gemeenskappe, die veiligheid en die voed van ons gemeenskappe dan te kan handhaaf. Maar toch kyk in die lig van die nag was baie langer as die oggend. Die nag het lang aanhou voordat die oggend gebreek het en hulle vis ontvang. Ons is miskien nog gesien in die lig van die oorlog in Europa, is ons ook miskien in verhoorde daar. En daarom is het my gebed dat die Here God vir u die wysheid, die insig sal gee om ons dorp hier met die moontlike krisisse en dit gaan om te kan navigeer. Maar die Here se seën op u. Amen. Dat ons saam bid. Here ons God, ons dankie vir die nag waarin u met ons was. Ons dankie Here vir spys en drank aan ons gee. Waardeur ons liggame kon versterk en verklere, Here, om dit te beskerm in die natuurse elemente. Ja, Here, ons is bewus dat daar is ander wat nie so gelukkig is. Ons dank die Here vir reisgenade van ons huise, vir die by die vergadering. Ons weet, Here, as u dit nie so bestem het, nie sou ons nie vandag doen. Ons dank die Here dat ons as 'n raad en nou kan vergader, Here, ons bid by u, ook gee vir ons die wysheid, die insig, Here, die kalmte, die geduld, Here, om goeie besluite te neem aangaande ons dorp en die bestuur daarvan. En Here, wanneer ons dat ons met mekaar, Here, kon debatteer, besluite neem. As ek die gebed van ons hart, Here, dat u seën daarop sal plaas. Want sonder u seën, Here, bly dit woorde, bly dit maar net gedagtes, Here. Met u seën daarop, Here, kom uitvoering en kom daar sukses. Gaan met u verhaal en op vrede, Here. En behou die kalmte daar, Here, behou die goeie gesindheid met hulle. Dat is my gebed in Jesus naam. Amen. Amen. Dankie.
Pastor, thank you, Pastor All France, for blessing council this morning with a word. Indeed, we have ever riding challenges, and upon the shoulders of this council is the responsibility to serve all the citizens on our beautiful town, and it does come to great expense because we are only human and we can only do so much in the legislature. We cannot function without the prayers of spiritual leaders like yourself. Thank you for blessing and reminding us that we can't function without God. I would like to invite you to join the council meeting and to more than welcome to take a seat in the gathering if you wish. But I also know that people like yourself have got their schedule because you also need to see to the flock outside. So you're more than welcome to excuse yourself and bless it. And may God also bless you and minister. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you for to be in service.
You're more than welcome. I would like to try Pastor. Thank you. Just wait for the Secretary of Deputy Mayor to take a seat and then we all proceed. Can I just get confirmation? Do we have our own interpreter?
Yes,
Is it functional? Everybody can hear clearly? Good, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Executive Deputy Mayor and Mayor. Members of Council, just a slight change in the proceedings and the business of today. We are first going to start with our special council meeting because we have a legal representative here this morning who will join us shortly, and thereafter he will depart to catch his flight. So we are going to start with a special council meeting agenda, and for that we have 3 items serving for this morning. Our attendance register is in circulation. Thank you very much. All councillors are present. No apologies have been received. Roman 4 on the special council meeting agenda, the disclosure of interest in terms of Schedule 1, Code of Conduct for Councillors in terms of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act. Is there any councillor at this point who wishes to disclose anything to council? If none, thank you so much. We then proceed. Roman 5, the disclosure of benefits in terms of Schedule 2, Section 5, the Code of Conduct for Officials of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act. Municipal Manager.
None, Speaker.
Thank you very much. No opportunity at this point. We are then at the agenda Roman 6, and we have 2 items for the open council meeting and 1 that we will deal with in committee. On page on my page 2734, we are then at item E234, the memorandum of understanding between Mizanu EMS Pty Ltd and Mossel Municipality with reference to leaderships. We have our recommendations for this item listed from points 1 to 7, and I kindly request a proposal in this regard, please.
Madam Speaker, I gladly propose that.
Thank you very much. We have a proposal for item E234 to have a seconder.
Thank you, Speaker. I'll second.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. Is there any questions of clarity from any council at this point? Any councillor House, you may proceed.
Good morning, Speaker. I just want to clarify the item number. I've got it as item E255 on the special council meeting agenda, and you mentioned it item 234. If we can just clarify that. Item E234, according to me, was the formal setting of item in special council meeting with the previous special council meeting 5 October. So we're on item E255.
Colleagues, thank you, Councillor House. Just for clarity, what we have before us this morning is the memorandum of understanding between Insalu and the Mossel Municipality with reference to the learnerships. Then we have the item of the establishment of a land use planning committee. And then we will move into the in-committee item, which is the Mossel Municipality and Ag Power Development. That's the three items before us. Does everybody have those three items? It seems as if you just have a problem with the numbering. Okay, Councillor House, I will then proceed to handle the items as such. First, the learnership, then the land policy, and then the Ag Power item in front of you. Comfortable?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor House, do you have any inputs then on this item?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Speaker.
You may proceed.
Simply to thank Inzalo for the very generous contribution and to let them know that we welcome it, because we do know that we have a massive shortage of opportunities for our young people. The only question I would like to ask is, we know that in South Africa our unemployment is structural unemployment, and it's my hope that this training will be actually speaking to that. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much then for your input and comments, Councillor House. Much appreciated. I see the light of Councillor Buddha. You may proceed, Councillor Buddha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You've just got your
Thank you,
light.
Madam Speaker. I'm covered.
Okay, you, the spirit is operating here this morning. I see. Thank you very much, councillors. If there's no counter proposals or any other questions of clarity, the item then carries unanimously. Thank you very much. And then on the item establishment of land use planning committee, we have our recommendations listed from points 1 to 12. Can I ask for a proposer in this regard, please?
Madam Speaker,
Morning, Executive Mayor, thank you very much for your proposal. Do we have a seconder for the Executive Mayor?
Madam Speaker, I second it.
We have a seconder. Is there any questions of clarity or any counter proposal on this specific item? Thank you, Councillor Hans.
Madam Speaker,
Yes, Deputy, I acknowledge you.
just want to take
With the proposal of the mayor,
last speaker, but I just want to, with the approval of the mayor, I just want to make an amendment, please, Speaker.
thank you, Executive Mayor, Executive Deputy Mayor. In terms of point 4 and point 6, there we have to propose councillor from this council. So I am assuming that the deputy mayor is speaking to that. May you proceed, Mayor, with the amendment, Executive Mayor? Okay. You may proceed, Executive Deputy Mayor. Yeah, the executive deputy mayor wants to make an amendment to the proposal. And I'm giving him that opportunity. It seems as if he is trying to get his bearings in order there.
Sorry for the room, Speaker, I'm just trying to get.
Not a problem at all.
You know. Speaker, I'm taking it to the part of conclusions. And then recommendation number 10. I'm reading it. That all land use applications are received in terms of section 15 of the bylaw on municipal land use planning 2021. Decisions under delegated powers, authorized employee of the municipal planning tribunal be referred to the committee to fulfill its role as an interested and affected party and to exercise its right of appeal if needed in terms of section 79 of the bylaw on municipal land use planning 2021. As from date, uh, as from date of this council resolution, just be acknowledged, please, Speaker. And then we add that the type of application to be referred be determined by the committee. That is the amendment, Speaker. And then just in terms of the members of the committee, we would like to extend it from 5 to 6, meaning that it will be 4 from the ruling party, and then there's 2 members to be nominated by the opposition, which names can be after this can be forwarded to the admin to be taken up in the minutes. So the names that we propose then will be Councillor Ludwig Kutsi as the chairperson, Councillor Donovan Claassen as the vice chairperson, and then also Councillor Stefan Bota and Councillor Rabitile Nchunche, Councillor Grace. That is the 4 names, Speaker. Then there will be 2 for additional members that will be coming to be nominated from the opposition party, and then also 2 secundi. So that is the amendment, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Deputy. Very comfortable with that amendment to your proposal. And if there's a lack for the mayor,
Yes, Speaker, then go on happy with the proposal or the amendment to the proposed Speaker.
thank you very much. The seconder was Alderman Wilson.
And also very happy.
Okay, thank you very much. So there we have then the proposal in terms of the item for the amendments. It has been seconded. Can I have any questions of clarity or counter proposals? And I see the light of Councillor Baron, Councillor Porter, Councillor Budan, Councillor Post in that order. You may proceed, Councillor.
Speaker, I think we have come to ask for a focus of 5 minutes. But we don't want at this point to try if we finish it. If we conquer, then we come back with a name and then we go on. 5 minutes focus, thanks.
There's a proposal for 5 minutes. Yeah. Freedom Front Club. 5-minute caucus are granted. Are you sure it's sufficient or should we give 10 minutes? 5, good. 5-minute caucus granted. The Freedom Front has requested, and we will then reconvene within 5 minutes to take this item forward. Thank you very much. All the opposition parties has requested an extension of 5 minutes to the focus, and we largely get that additional 5 minutes. So there's another 5 minutes. After that, we will continue. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We will now reconvene the council meeting. We are then on the establishment of a land use planning committee with a proposal made and amendments, which was seconded. Following that, a caucus hosted by the Freedom Front, and I will ask Councillor Barrow to now to council following the outcome of the caucus. You might just say thank you, Council.
Yes, the speaker, thank you. Speaker, this point, this agenda point is more complicated than you thought. So, we as opposition parties, we couldn't come to a conclusion. So that's why we asked that this point be referred back. And if it's not allowed, then we need to discuss this in further. Unfortunately, thank you.
Thank you very much. Your counter proposal is that the item be referred back. Do we have a seconder? Sorry. Yeah, I mean the establishment of the land plan committee. You are proposing that this specific item be referred back. Thank you very much. I'm asking if we have a seconder for that proposal by Councillor Barrow. Councillor Porter, you may proceed.
Speaker, yes, I want to support the point of the Freedom Front Plus. But I want to add the importance of this council to allow us also a fair opportunity to look at this thing. And perhaps special council very soon for some advice will be for our advantage, the interest of the Municipality.
Thank you for seconding. Councillor House, I see your light.
Yes, Chair. If the item is referred back, then obviously I'd have the opportunity to ask this question. If it is not referred back, then I'd like to know. Currently, the proposal is that Councillor Van Dijk will chair the committee.
No,
Which councillor?
the proposal was that Councillor Seer
Oh, I see. Okay.
is proposed
No,
as
right.
the
That actually answers
chairperson
my question there.
and Klassen as the deputy chairperson.
Thank you very much. Chair, so then if I'm understanding correctly, we're going to have a financial implication through the process, through the establishment of this committee, where a councillor who currently earns approximately 25,000 Rand will now be earning whatever a Section 79 executive mayoral position councillor earns. I think that's close to 60,000 if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. So there is, okay, how much is it?
No, no.
All right.
Councillor House, just a minute.
Okay.
They will just have order, please. Councillor House, if you're posing the question in terms of clarity around the money scale, then allow me to do the right thing and ask the accounting officer to answer as such.
Thank you.
Please, colleagues, we'll just have order. Councillor House, thank you. If you're done, then is that your
Chair,
first question?
That's my first question. My apologies. Yes. So I would like to ask what would be the financial implication, because I have asked with previous items that we have a monetary value attached. On the item, there's always a section that says financial implication. And once again, that item is not complete by giving us an idea of what the Rand value implication on this municipality's budget is going to be by the establishment of this committee. And then the second thing I want to ask is, through the establishment of this committee, prior to this, the establishment of this committee, who did this work? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor House, for your two questions. Municipal manager, there's two questions. One, the financial implication. Secondly, who was responsible to attend to this function. Thank you, Ellen.
Chairperson, thank you. I'll ask the CFO just to confirm the exact amount, given he must leave the office to go and check it out. And then the second question, Chairperson, this will be the first time the council will institute committee like this. Nobody did this one. And it's basically, if you read the item correct, it's for council to have better knowledge as to what goes on around international applications at that stage. I don't think of the council who want to add.
Thank you, I'll allow you. Thank you, Councillor Paul. Can I just have an active secretary? Thank you, Municipal Manager, for answering the two questions, CFO in terms of the financial implication. You're attending to that. Thank you, Executive Mayor.
Chairperson, yes, thank you. Also, we did exactly the same with the events committee. So the idea is to see what applications pass through. We were not aware of that. So now, with all the events that's taking place, we are aware of that due to that committee. And we can also obviously make comments on it and so on. So the idea is also the same with the planning. As you know, applications go through and we're not always as councillor aware of it. There was before the election a whole outcry about, for instance, the whole boycott story. And now US councillors can tell me if you've ever seen any item in this council about boycott. The answer is no. So we are not aware. I know Councillor Porter also on Facebook mentioned applications and that he asked questions here and so on. But we're not aware of the stuff that goes through the administration all the time. And that's the idea of this committee, is to have knowledge about what's going on. And the reason with the events committee, we didn't want to have an extra financial impact. That's why I'm chairing it. I'm already a MICO member. But due to the fact that the mayor is the appeal authority, and that's why not all the mayor committee is allowed. So we need to allow another councillor that obviously is going to get an extra remuneration for that. It is less between a councillor and a MICO member. It's not the same as a MICO member. It's in between, but that amount the CFO can then just communicate to us. But I must mention that the whole idea is also that we can. You will see in the item that we will also rework the bylaw, and that we will also look at getting an external committee who can deal with the appeals. Because I don't want to be the appeal authority. I don't want to go and sit in court if there's an issue, because I'm not knowledgeable about these applications. I now have to deal with a few. It's very complex, and I've got various people advising me, but I still don't know if I'm making the right decision. So that's why also why I like the way that's been structured. For now, it's going to be interim, and then obviously we're going to change it that the mayor is not the appeal authority, but there's a panel that's knowledgeable about these land applications, because it's technical. There's a lot of legislation involved and so on. So I'm honest with you. I'm not comfortable whenever I must take these decisions and so on. So this is part of the reason why we're doing this.
Thank you very much for sharing insight, Executive Mayor. CFO, are you okay? You need a minute. Councillor House, I see your live. I'll allow you one last opportunity, but before that, Councillor Baron.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I'm glad the mayor set light on this. And this is the reason that the mayor gave to us now is the exactly reasons why we think we need more time. Because this thing is very important for public participation. And we need all the parties to buy into this. At the current moment, there's a lot of court cases about this, about public participation. And you will see in the next few months what happened in George about EPWP because of public participation. So I'm asking, let us listen, hear what the mayor is saying, because let us make example. Another example, the very same example, is that everyone can come now to Mossel and say, I'm now at a NOxet 3 level for business. And we put something up there that we as Mossel Bay is not part of. We don't know about it. Because for Roika, they said it's nothing to do with us. because we must just approve the building plans and we must do the public participation. That is the part that is important now. So we must make sure that this stuff doesn't happen in the future, because the court will discipline us now about public participation. So give us an opportunity to go and can sit with the council, because the council didn't discuss this with us in detail, so that we all agree with this important committee that will be established. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Baron. Councillor House.
Thank you, Speaker. I thank the MM and the Mayor for the input. And I have sympathy with our Mayor's position. I'm not unsympathetic to the challenges that he faces and the fact that he would then have to take responsibility when making these decisions. So it's not my proposal that there not be any safety net for him. My proposal is then, or what I want to ask, why can we not include these items in the current committees that we have? Or have a Section 80 committee. I cannot see, it's been my opinion, and it will be a very controversial one, that in the past that we have created committees in this council to accommodate now to accommodate specific to create positions. That's my opinion. That we have done that in the past, and I would like to avoid doing that in the future, because that ultimately costs our ratepayers more money. Because now we're creating a committee that's not just going to serve this 5 years, it's going to serve for the next however many terms this municipality exists. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor House. Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Speaker. For the historical line, this is a very sensitive one. I'm glad that the Mayor alluded personally against the remarks. So I'm just asking myself, land use application processes. You know, this council, 95% of council meetings goes about land, rezoning of land, land about land, and the rest, 5% is about other business. So we have dealt with the issue of land in all spheres of local government, particularly in this council. Yeah, we are sitting with something. My question is as to what triggers this council to get to this point where we're dealing with the committee as such. Now, there is a very critical issue that means a lot to Mossel and the future when it comes to setting and all this. It's a good thing, a very good thing, but in terms of processes, it's a great concern. It is an issue that is on this desk of this municipality. I mean, you can concur that you sent a particular letter that I am aware of, which was supposed to be a thorough public participation process. One letter to one member of the community and the rest doesn't get it. But it's so critical because it deals with moving people from their property from one point to another point. So this might be the information that we are having and receiving now is information that we unfortunately have to digest. It's amazing. The magnitude of the thing that I'm referring to now equates to what we had in 1998 when Petro SA was erected. When laws and bylaws were different, perhaps absent. We know about family members whose corpses were buried or bodies were buried where Petro SA is currently at. When it comes up now, when the people are talking. Now, when we come to the 3,000 megawatt gas plant, which necessitates thorough public participation processes, there's too many things that we need to take into consideration. And I'm saying that is why we are saying let us have enough time, the same time that the people that have drafted this proposal, this item, let us also have enough time to consider content the way forward as far as the respect.
Thank you, Councillor Porter. Councillor Pudan will be the last speaker, and I will be beginning to the two proposals again. We might proceed, Councillor Pudan.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, maybe it's very college. Very crucial to us. See. It was turning out. Let us pick up in our feeling as we see ourselves here. We have what we call 28 in our settlement. The greater Mossel, people who are waiting, they want the land, not just to build houses. But now we are not happy. Let us look at it. People are going as an opposition, only one as an ANC, one delegate in this commission. That is why we say go back and then think a little bit wider. We want to be part and parcel of this. 3 people or 2 in the ANC mental figure. That is why I said, let us take the thing back and then so that we consider this thing very carefully because it's crucial to us.
Thank you, Councillor Puda. We have a proposal of Councillor Barbon, which was seconded by Councillor Porter. Can I have an indication? Oh, my apologies. Yes, sorry, Seth. Are you ready? Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. In responding to the enumeration of our oversight committee, currently it is 373,908 according to the applicants. The part-time councillors members cost is an amount of 291,356.
Thank you for your clarity provided, Seth. Very much appreciated. The proposal by Councillor Baron, seconded by Councillor Porter. Can I see all those in favour? Will you please indicate? We have 2 proposals and I'm putting it to the vote, Councillor. The proposal by Councillor Baron to have this item withdrawn was seconded by Councillor Porter. I'm putting it to a vote. All those in favour of the proposal by Councillor Baron?
Let's just clarify that is to refer the item back, so that everyone's clear.
It's okay.
Councillors, yes, let me just frame my words.
Speaker, before we go, can the ruling party indicate if they want the vote, if they want to send it back, or if they want the vote?
Can I have the proposal to comment? Because I want to proceed with the vote. Thank you. Can I have the light of the Executive Mayor?
Speaker, thank you. Yeah, we obviously came in with a unified decision that the caucus took, and we've not seen any comments that that's going to change from our side.
So the DA then stand by the proposal as indicated by the Mayor. All those in favour of the proposal by Councillor Barboni,
Speaker,
seconded.
Speaker, before the vote, can I just ask something?
Yes, Councillor.
Thank you very much. When we eventually vote, my appeal to the Speaker is to say, instead of just minute that there was a vote, let it be recorded the numbers of each side. So many people.
Thank
For
you.
the previous vote, I can report it as such. There are people out there as we sit here listening to us, and they want to have a clear understanding as to how does this vote work. Because we only now know that they are voting now, but we don't know the results of the vote. So that is my appeal for this process, even going forward there.
Thank you very much. I believe that the administration captured it as such, but I will add, however, upon conclusion, just indicate as a result. For the 3rd time, all those in favour of the proposal by Councillor Baron, which was seconded by Councillor Porter, to have this item referred back, can I please have an indication by the show of hands? Can you please put out of your light in the voting process? Thank you very much. And my count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 in total in favour of that proposal to refer back. All those in favour of the proposal by the Executive Mayor, which was amended by the Deputy Mayor and seconded by Alderman Boyson. Can I please see your support by the show of hands? The total for the proposal, then the second proposal is 18. So the count then is 18 against 10. Thank you. Is the numbers correct, colleagues?
Pardon me, Madam Speaker, I counted 19.
Thank you for the yes.
The count for the proposal of Councillor Baron is 10, and the count for the proposal then of the executive mayor is 19. Thank you. I request that administration be recorded and such. Thank you very much, councillors. We then move to our in-committee item for the special council meeting.
Madam Speaker, before we proceed, can we just then, I don't know if the opposition parties then would like at this time to put forward candidates for the committee, or whether they would like to have a meeting afterwards and then propose names at a later date.
Thank you. What we've concluded with that item. Thank you very much. We are now in committee, and I'm now trying to